Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Dominic Peterson, aka Doug's on 503, talking all things Oregon football. If you're not following, if you're not subscribed already, go and smash those buttons below to join the Doug Zone family. We're always talking Oregon football. At Doug Zone 503, simple search, guys, at Doug Zone 503 on Instagram and Twitter. Got to be following the social media accounts if you're going to be in the Doug Zone family, locked in. Really appreciate everybody who does follow, who does check in all the time, have great conversations with everybody on social media about the Ducks. Really appreciate it. Really dope going live. I don't really go live a lot on Instagram, but man, we had a lot of people. We had about like 25, 30 people in there. We were just talking about, after the game about the loss, and great back and forth. Really appreciate that, and really appreciate the steady growth we're doing on this channel, man. So at Doug's on 503, if you want the quickest updates from me on Twitter and Instagram. All right, guys, it's your Tuesday episode here, the recap and analysis episode. We had the Washington Huskies, number 25, coming into the number 6 Oregon Ducks Autzen Stadium. Unfortunately, as a Duck fan, got to say this, give credit where it's due. Washington pulls off the upset in Autzen Stadium, winning 37-34 over the Ducks. This officially ends Oregon's school record of 17 straight conference wins at home. UW, they just passed all over Oregon in this game, man. They came in with the number 1 passing offense in college football, as you know. Really converted well on third down, didn't even get on third down, really. Oregon didn't force much third down. The Oregon pass defense has been a weakness all year. We knew this. So it was a bad matchup statistically wise for the Ducks. But, in our preview and prediction episode on Thursdays that we do, we chose Oregon to win by 7. Okay, so we took Washington on the points, but we took the money line with the Ducks. Well, it just Oregon, with Nix coming out, getting injured, we'll talk about it. It kind of stalled the offense a little bit, and first and fourth quarters, again, it's been a struggle for Oregon in the first and fourth quarters all year. It's been a struggle for them defending the pass. It's been a struggle for them on third down, defending third down, and unfortunately, it caught up to them this time, going against a really good team in Washington. Okay, let's just say what it is. They only scored 3 points in the first quarter. Like I said, wasn't a great start for Oregon. Washington started out really hot, especially on their first drive. Man, I could just tell it was going to be a long night for Oregon. Second quarter, Oregon does battle back, though. They're still down 13-10 at halftime. Really key play is Lewis. Camden Lewis comes in right before the half, attempts a long field goal. I think it would have been probably longest in his career if he would have made it. Cold night. Okay, I get it. Kind of windy out there a little bit. Lewis misses the field goal that could have tied it 13-13. How much did Oregon lose by? 3 points, right? So that ended up being a big play there. That could have tied the game. Third quarter, okay, Oregon looks good. Okay, Oregon came out, scored 21 points in the third quarter. Oregon kind of looked like they were controlling the game, but the Huskies never went away, okay? Oregon had a really big interception in that fourth quarter near the goal line. I thought that was going to be a big momentum play if Oregon can get in the end zone. They ended up settling for a field goal after that. And you got to give credit to the Huskies, okay? You got to give credit to where it's due. I hate the Huskies too as a Duck fan, but they just kept making plays on offense. They kept making plays. They kept getting the ball down the field, okay? And then Bo Nix gets hurt. Was it targeting? Okay, a lot of people want to ask that question. I don't know. Certainly looked like the crown of the helmet for the Washington player went down and he went low. Okay, I've seen targeting and when it plays out like that before. Just so happens didn't that time. Ty Thompson comes in, Bo Nix goes out. Nothing against Ty, but he has not proven to really move the ball effectively for this offense when he has came in this year. So I didn't expect much. That's why you kind of seen the offense stall a little bit. As you know, the big play. Okay, let's talk about it. Dan Lanning. It's tied 34-34, minute and a half left. It's 4th and 1, and Dan Lanning goes for it. Okay, and he's on his own side of the field. A lot of people are questioning that play. You've seen Joel Klatt on Fox College Football. He's like, why did Dan Lanning do that? No Whittington slips, okay, after they go for it. UW takes over on their side of the field. Okay, let me give you my opinion here. I agree with the landing play call completely. Okay, look, the Ducks were moving it. Before that, Washington could not stop the run all game. I mean, Oregon finished with 320 yards of rushing offense. So, I mean, that is absolutely the correct call of 1 yard. And you've seen Oregon execute that play a lot. Okay. you've seen Oregon execute that play a lot. Okay. I get Ty Thompson. It's cold out. It's a little slippery. I don't think Noah Whittington's really from the Northwest when it gets this cold and a little bit damp out during the night. But that thing just happened. And of course, now we're talking about it as a bad play, but it wasn't. Okay. It was a great play call. As a coach, I would have done it as well. The way Oregon was running the ball all game, there's no doubt that should have been converted. Just so happens Washington played it pretty well, and as well as the running back slips. I think if he doesn't slip, I think it's a conversion. 51 seconds left in the game here. Peyton Henry scores a 43-yard field goal to put the Huskies up 37-34 there. Oregon gets the ball back and does move the ball down the field. Looks like they're going to get right there in field goal range, but a late penalty on Oregon puts the Ducks out of field goal range. Okay. It looked like on that penalty, it was on Troy Franklin for stepping out of bounds, coming back in bounds and catching the ball. To me, though, it looked like the Husky player, and I'm not being biased here. We don't do the bias thing on this channel. I realistically think that the Husky player kind of hip checked him to step and his half of his foot was out of bounds. I mean, it was just such a bad call. And if you were going to throw a flag, it should have been on the defender for forcing him out of bounds. But it doesn't go the Ducks' way. You got to control what you got to control in this sport. And, Bo Nix pretty much has one final throw. It was kind of out of field goal range. You've seen Camden Lewis in that range before halftime really miss it. So I don't think he trusted Camden Lewis to kick the field goal that far. I think they're on their own 40, which is probably like a 54, 55, 56-yard field goal, which is like NFL range. So Bo Nix had one final throw. He kind of gets pressured a little bit, scrambles up in the pocket, and just underthrows the receiver pretty badly, actually. I don't think the receiver was even near the touchdown anyways. And game over. You've seen the Husky fans storm the field. Washington wins 37-34 final. And congrats on your 7th win in 27 tries, Huskies. I don't know if some of you guys follow me on Twitter, obviously. Barstool's Huskies, the Huskies account, it was one of the accounts. They posted a hype video for Washington and me being salty, guys, like, congrats on your 7th win in 27 tries. Cause it's true, over the last about 30 years, the Ducks have controlled this series and, but I gotta give credit where it's due. Okay. You guys came in, you guys won, you guys knocked us out of the college football playoff win. It's a big win for you guys, no doubt. Peyton Henry, their kicker, gets his revenge kick from 2018. In 2018, he missed a 37-yard field goal that could have put the Huskies up, kind of similar situation. He ends up missing it. We go to overtime. Oregon wins in overtime, and Oregon rushes the field. That was when the Huskies were a higher-ranked team than Oregon, kind of in the college football playoff talk there, and Oregon was knocking them off. So they kind of get their revenge now. Oregon is officially knocked out of the college football playoff, but as an Oregon fan, still a lot to play for. Conference championship, Rose Bowl, a lot of that on the line. If you're one of these Oregon fans that came in expecting to go undefeated, national championship or bust, I mean, it's time to go, buddy. Like, like for real. Like, I expected Oregon to go 9-3 right now. They could very easily do that. But if they end up winning out, they beat Utah at home. If they go on the road to beat Oregon State, they're in the Pac-12 championship. And if they win that, they certainly got the Rose Bowl locked in. So, man, still a lot to play for the Ducks. Let's do a stat recap of the game. Obviously, this was a battle of the quarterbacks coming in. Penix was the player of the game here for me. 26 of 35 passing, 408 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interceptions on 11.7 yards per pass. Man, that's a lot of yards per pass every time he passed the ball. Nix certainly didn't have a bad game. Really good game from him as well. 19 out of 27, 280 yards, 2 touchdowns on 10.4 yards per pass. So really good. And he was knocked out for a drive. So, could have had a little more stats as well if he didn't get it hurt there. But yeah, certainly great play from the quarterbacks. Could not blame Nix on the loss here. If I would have told you before the game, guys, Oregon would have 312 yards rushing, would you think they would lose? This is absolutely insane. Well, Oregon had 312 yards rushing. Only problem is they gave up 408 yards passing. Okay. Oregon also finished with 592 yards offense, which is really impressive. 32 first downs for Oregon. So, guys, look, I know this loss stings. I know it does. Okay. It's the Huskies. You never want to lose to your rivals. I get it. But it wasn't like it was a beatdown. Matter of fact, this game could have went either way with a couple of key plays, for real. Okay, so as an Oregon fan, flush this one down the toilet. They're going to have their bragging rights for the rest of the year till we play next year. Let them have it. Still a lot to play for on Oregon fans that the Huskies, at this point in time, have a real slim shot of, which is a Pac-12 championship and a Rose Bowl. Okay, Ducks are still in the driver's seat for that, so don't worry. All right. As you know, on my Thursday episodes, I always do my 3 keys to the game and the preview and prediction game, what I think needs to happen for Oregon to win. So let's go ahead and recap my 3 keys to the game. Number 1, I got get off the field on third down. Washington was 5 of 9 on third down, and Oregon never really forced any third downs. Both defenses coming in are pretty statistically bottom of college football, really bad actually on third down defense. So I thought, whatever defense could really step up on third down here would really have the advantage. Well, Oregon was 7 of 14, so they had a pretty high percentage, and UW was 5 of 9, so over 50% there for UW on third down. On top of that, only 9 third downs is not a lot. Washington pretty much moved the ball all night. And when they did get on third down, well, as you see, Washington converted. So didn't really get locked in on that key there. So not a pass there. Number 2, I had rush for over 200 yards coming in. Oregon was I think the number 1 rushing offense in the Pac-12, one of the best in the country as well. And this UW front on film, I just didn't see them stopping Oregon's rushing attack. As a matter of fact, they didn't. They got ran all over, 312 yards rushing for Oregon. But that doesn't really matter when the defensive side of things can't really stop anything at all. So pass there didn't really come out for a win. Kept the game close though. They definitely kept the game close. Number 3, I had Nix throw for 3+ touchdowns. Okay, as you know, storyline of the game, it was Nix versus Penix. You got Heisman contender versus Bo Nix. You got the nation's passing leader in Penix Jr. And then, Nix had 2 touchdowns in this game, but he didn't reach 3, which I would have liked to see. If he would have reached 3, he had one more statistically, it would have been a W, right? So it's a fail there. We failed 2 out of my 3 keys. We definitely ran the ball well, which is a good thing to see. It's a very close game, okay? And this is what a rivalry is about, okay? This is what brews it, okay? I'm not sure if you guys seen it on Twitter, but Husky fans were laying down on the Oregon O right in the middle of the field and kind of mocking the Oregon O, swimming in it, doing snow angels. But you got to give credit to where it's due, okay? Oregon was a big home favorite, came in with a lot of confidence, a lot of fans, that we were loud. And Huskies came in and they handled business and escaped with a win. Okay. So this gives them bragging rights for 364 days, okay, of the year. Let them have it. But until next time, and better believe I'll be in Seattle next year. We'll see you next time. We got to flush this one down in the toilet. We can't keep looking at it. You can't let losses drag you down. You just got to keep moving forward, especially in a season where you still have a lot to play for with a Pac-12 championship game on the line and a Rose Bowl. Okay, Arizona also beat UCLA, something to note. Okay, big upset for Arizona. The Wildcats get a big upset over the UCLA Bruins, which makes this Pac-12 race get really, really interesting. Oregon plays Utah at home next week. Night game, 7:30 kickoff. I love night games. As you know, coming from Portland gives me a lot of time to get down there. So gonna be a big one, guys. Big night game against Utah next week. Preview and prediction for that game is coming out Thursday, so make sure you guys are right here back Thursday night. That episode will be out. Really appreciate you guys for always locking in with me. It's revenge time, okay? As you know, Utah beat Oregon twice, beat them in the Pac-12 championship game, really just beat the crap out of them twice. So it's revenge time, guys. We got to let Utah know that ain't going to happen no more. And this is a new era of Oregon football. Oregon definitely does have a lot to figure out if they're going to want to beat Utah Saturday. I think Utah is pretty much the most complete team in the league. I really do. I think Utah at this point would be my favorite to win the Pac-12 championship. They're playing really well right now, really good defensively, really good offensively. So Oregon's going to have a lot to figure out if they're going to want to win. Preview and prediction is coming out Thursday. Make sure you guys are here for that one to preview the Utes, give my final score prediction, give my keys to the game, all that good stuff. Also, guys, if you guys have questions, anything like that, go ahead and holler me on social media at DougZone503. Any questions, I always like to answer those on the show. Go ahead and holler me in the DM if you like, in the comments. I'll read them all and I'll put them on the show. If you guys got any cool questions, I love to answer them. Make sure you like and subscribe if you like content like this. Really appreciate you guys. It was a tough loss. Let's flush it down the toilet. Let's get some revenge time against the Utes next week, guys. I'll see you there Thursday. Check in with me for the preview and prediction episode. And make sure you check out the vlog for the Washington game, guys. The vlogs are always dope. Take you on that journey. All right. Till next time, guys. I really appreciate you guys. As always, dubs down. Huck the Fuskies. And we'll see y'all in the next one. See you guys Thursday. Appreciate you guys. Go Ducks.